The House settlement case has been approved. College football players will be paid, so will college athletes across the board directly from their schools. But there's the issue of this clearinghouse that's going to approve or disapprove the deals for NIL. How's that going to work out? Let me tell you, there's a really important word you need to think about: lawsuits.
Locked On presents The Portal, the daily podcast covering college football recruiting and everything NIL. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Welcome back into the Portal Podcast, where you get your daily recruiting, NIL, and transfer portal scoop. I'm your host, Brian Smith, longtime college football writer and recruiting analyst. Thank you for making the Portal Podcast your first listen each and every day. It is finally here. The House settlement case has been completed. That's the good news. College athletes, absolutely, men and women, doesn't matter the sport, they can be paid by their athletic departments. However, there's always a however, isn't there? There's also a clearinghouse on NIL deals, and there's a lot of cloudiness about what that means. So I'm going to break down what I know and what I expect, and there will be more information. We'll update it here on the Portal Podcast as that information does come out. But this is what you need to know for now. We're going to do this short and sweet. Paying athletes is one thing, but this clearinghouse is allegedly going to determine how much a player is worth. Really? How does that work? So if a collective that they're pretty much trying to get rid of, and they're never going to, wants to pay an athlete more than what this value is in a capitalistic society, you're going to tell me or anybody else that the lawyers aren't going to get involved with this? Wrong. If somebody is willing to pay a player, doesn't matter if it's women's basketball, football, men's baseball, anything else, if they're willing to pay him that much or her that much, it's going to happen. In the court of law, this is going to get smacked. I'm very surprised they went with this approach, and I'm hoping that I'm missing something by a mile. But here's what you need to know for now. Yes, there will be money from in-house that the schools pay. But if there is in any way, and this is the way I'm interpreting it, that they're trying to mitigate how much these other institutions, AKA collectives, boosters, are paying, there's just no way to do it. America is capitalism. You are worth what somebody is willing to pay you. So while I'm all for having a baseline, there's no way around it. NCAA football in particular, that's my realm, it is all about advantage. It is all about partitioning. We have more advantages than you. We have a better weight room. We have better coaching. We have better nutrition. We have more money. We have more availability for you. There is no such thing as fair in NCAA football. Anybody that thinks otherwise is out of their mind. There's no way around it. Certain schools are always going to have advantages. You are not, repeat, you are not going to level the playing field. There are about 25 schools financially that are different, and there are about 10 to 15 of those that just do it better, and how they spend that money, that's not going to change. The seats will change a little bit with who's sitting in them, but this is still the same. Texas, Ohio State, Florida, USC, Michigan, Notre Dame, Penn State, Georgia Tech, Clemson. These schools all have gone through this run where they won a title in the last 40 years, schools that I just mentioned. Colorado's investing money now with Deion Sanders. If you want to invest it, you can win. The idea that a clearinghouse is going to tell Deion Sanders or anybody else that, hey, this player's only worth this much, you can't do that, so his NIL deal is void, is going to get smacked left and right. And I'm just using Deion as an example, but that goes for Illinois, that goes for Kentucky, that goes for any school. I have no problem with the House settlement from the baseline perspective, but know this: anybody that gets on board with this on Congress that publicly goes on record, this is where it gets really, really touchy, that publicly goes on record, especially on video, saying they approve of doing this, they're going to be out of a job. This is 100% political. Stomping down on the little guy, the kids that are coming out of high school in particular, yeah, that's not going to go real well for your political career. This is a very touchy situation. The House settlement case will be one that is probably going to go on for a long time. People complaining about this, that, and the other. But at the end of the day, it's still the same thing, man. The teams that want to pay the most, aka the collectives and all that, outside of the colleges, yes, this is partitioned. This is two separate entities. They're going to be able to do it. It's just a matter how long it takes to go through the court to get done in each state. Like the state of Tennessee, in case you haven't seen, just as an example, anything that came of this, because they already ruled on this in the state of Tennessee, that goes against what they want to pay is not worth anything in their state. To them, this is already void. They can pay what they want for any athlete. You already had people going ahead and getting out in front of this. So why do you think they still did it? It's just an effort to try to keep the money for the schools and the advertisers. You can't tell somebody how much their car is worth. Say, oh, you can't sell it for more than this. And the guy down the street says, I'll give you $200 more. Then take the $200. This is ridiculous. And again, I'm okay with the whole point of the schools paying players. They should. Been on that boat for a long time. However, it's the collectives in the clearinghouse that the problem is. Nothing else about this makes any sense to me. And to be honest, I don't think anybody should look at it from that perspective. You have to be able to pay the players. And if they get a deal outside of it, it could be a major bank, it could be a restaurant, it could be local, it could be international, it doesn't matter. They are worth what the institution that is going to have them as a representative is willing to pay. No more, no less. So let's see how long it is before some of these schools end up getting sued or the case itself. There's a lot of different directions and states are going to be involved. Again, Tennessee, there's a lawsuit waiting in every possible direction. This will fail if they try to really enforce this clearinghouse. There's no way to do that. I'm curious to see who's the first one to sue. Might be the state of Tennessee, but again, they're going to do what they want. And at the end of the day, here's the other thing, especially in football and basketball, the two sports that pretty much pay the bill for the vast majority of schools in the NCAA. If you try to curtail them at all, there's one simple rule they will go by. They just cheat. It's not a matter of the collectors are going to pay them. It's just whether they're going to tell anybody. How are you going to, in any way, remotely find out how much they're giving these kids? You can't. There's a different way to keep money from people, and it's been going on forever. It's a bag of cash. You cannot stop it. So to that point, I think this is going to be a really funny endeavor, but one it's still going to get to the same point it always has. There are about 25 schools that really spend, and about 10 to 15 are really good at utilizing it. They will be the ones that will be in the winner's circle more often than not in college football, and it's the same in the other sports too. But you're not going to stop them from paying the players because talent acquisition is the name of the game. We'll see how it goes, but just wanted to give my first take on this, and I'm going to be talking about this a bunch across the Locked On Podcast Network with several other hosts, Zach Blackerby at Auburn, Alex Donna with Miami, and just across every single school. This isn't going to impact them, so you're going to see my face a lot on the Locked On Network with this, and every school is going to look at it differently too. I'm really curious to get with Eric Kane in Tennessee, by the way. That one's going to be fun. So make sure you check us out again very soon. This has been the Portal Podcast talking about a very unique situation with the House settlement case. I really enjoy talking about this kind of stuff because it shapes everything in our sport, like not just a little bit, everything. And I think it's going to be lawsuit city. So we'll see. Like and subscribe. We will see you again soon here on the Portal Podcast.